All right, I can tell you I got respect for all you metal roofers out there because I'm already cut and bleeding all over the place. Ray's cut himself, he's bleeding. We're up here sweating, bending over on a metal roof. By the way, it's reflective. So it's like twice as bright out here as it is anywhere else. It's another Saturday morning. I'm down here working on my house, Main Street, Bryson City. Having a little bit of breakfast here, trying to get ready. I made a special little tool for today, and we're having a little quiz. We're gonna see, now if you figure it out, Arlo, you can't tell the other guys.
Okay.
We're gonna do a little quiz. So we're doing 5V metal roofing, and I'm gonna see if Arlo can figure out. Let's get a look at the thing though. Okay, so it's a piece of angle iron. It's about 4 inches long here, and really the only thing special about it,
I know what it is
it's got a couple holes. Show them the holes there. It's got a couple little holes drilled in it.
This is for drilling holes in the top of the V, not on the flaps.
It is. Okay. You got it. Okay, so listen. All right, the other guys just got here, but we can't tell them yet because we're going to quiz them. What do you think? All right, you can think on it. Let Ray touch it. Now, you know what we're doing today.
I don't know.
We're going to try to put metal on the roof. Right. That's just a little hint. I'm not going to spill the beans, but...
Okay.
What is it?
You're going to do a screw pattern.
Yeah?
And that's to fit down in the groove.
Right. Sort of. You're getting there.
Man, I don't know. See,
I don't know.
The thing is, I've never put on a metal roof.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right. Okay. It is a drill guide. Okay. It's a drill guide.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's something to do with where we're going to put the screw holes. We're not going to put them in the flat. We're going to put them in the ridges.
That's right.
Because the water doesn't flow on the top of the ridges.
And tell them what the last roofer that did our metal roof like this said.
The ridges, right? Or it was a pain. It was a pain in the beep.
Yeah, and he said next time you want to do one, what?
Call somebody else.
That's it. So that's why we're doing it, because nobody wants to fool with this.
Nobody wants to put the screws in the ridges, so we get extra long screws.
That's it.
Put them through the ridges.
There it is. So we'll see if it works. It may not even work, but I think it will. Okay, so this is a special roll of material. It is basically like oh, come on, it's super light. All right, the purpose of this is to leave a small air gap behind some kind of material that you're applying. As the name indicates, Cedar Breather. It's made to go behind cedar shingles, underlayment for wood roofing. Oh, for wood roofing. How about that? Installation, look at that, even has instructions. All right, so we're not gonna put on a cedar roof because we're putting on a metal roof. But when I actually called my buddy to find out is there a product even that I could put under a metal roof? Because I didn't allow room for the wooden strips, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. Well, the whole purpose is so that the metal doesn't actually like touch the underlayment that's already on the roof, because it could condensate underneath. And then it could stay wet because there's no room for air to, dry the water out. So that's what we're trying to avoid, is condensation. I'm trying to give everybody as many tips as I can to make your life easier if you're doing construction. That's kind of the point of this channel, Perkins Builder Brothers. So I want to show you this really cool 1/4 inch nut driver that we use, not just for roofing, but roofing uses 1/4 inch drive screws, but we use these all the time for different things. Now this is about the handiest 1/4 inch nut driver I have ever used, and I love it. I buy them by like the dozens, in case I lose some. So this thing is made by Malco. Whoa. All right, Malco is what it's made by. And so the red indicates what size? Looks like
1/4 inch, I think.
1/4. Yep. All right, so the red is 1/4 inch, and go ahead and pull it off of there. Okay, so you can pull it off. Flip it over. Boom, you got 5/16. Okay, pull it off again. Show them the magnet there. Okay. Let's see if I can get close enough to see it. All right, there's the magnet, and you can see, you can just swipe it off. You can clean it.
And you can pick up things that fall in little holes that you can't get with that.
Wow. So our metal roof is gonna go against a brick wall. And the only way I know to flash this properly is to cut a slot into the brick that would allow a piece of counter flashing to actually insert into the slot with caulk and seal the top edge of the turn up, because it's gonna go to the wall and turn up the wall, and then it's going to turn into the brick. That's what we need. We're going to cut this with a grinder and a vacuum right now. So I'm going to use Jono's grinder here, and I didn't know they made batteries this big. Am I dreaming? This thing is like plus size. 12.0?
Yep.
I think I have 2.0.
That's the brick for cutting bricks.
Dude, I am serious. I've never seen one that big. But this is good. And actually the depth that this cuts, it's probably 3/4 to an inch. That's about how deep I want to go. I don't really want to go deeper than that. So this is good. I'm just going to bottom this thing out and run it all the way up. I'm going to use this board though as a guide first, just to score it in, then I'm going to get the board out of the way. Wow, that's going to be loud. I'm pretty sure this is the part that overlaps, and this is the part that goes under. If you can see, this rib is actually a little bit smaller and crimped a little bit tighter. So I'm thinking that one goes under. I don't know, is that crazy?
Yeah, no, it does.
No, that's right, okay, great. It says you can put it down with nails or staples. My guess is button caps would be better, but staples, it's gonna work out okay. This is a low pitch roof here. If you were on a steep pitch, you certainly would not wanna walk on this. Especially it's a little wet up here right now, but staples is gonna be fine for us. Button caps would be better, for sure. Look at that, you can see through it though, that's pretty cool. Ray's gonna demonstrate the thingy that we made. That thing for drilling onto the rib. Now, the reason we don't drill these on the ground, you might wonder why, is because when you got this overlap with two sheets, okay? That's one sheet, that's a different sheet, they overlap right here. You would never be able to drill these holes lining up with each other. So we need to drill them in place at the same time. Okay, Ray, show us how it goes. One piece. Two pieces, and being very careful. Ray's being real careful not to let it go down into the wood because we don't want to plow through the wood and weaken the strength that the screw has in the wood, right? We don't want to do that.
Nope.
All right, way to go, bud. You just got about 1,000 more to do.
Yeah.
All right, so the key here is not to over tighten. All right, that is the trick. And actually, you can see he's standing on each side of the rib. That holds the sheet of metal down. There it is. Because what I've noticed is if you don't do that, the metal wants to run up the threads on the screw and space itself out. And then when you go to suck it down, it crunches it. So you don't want to do that. So that's why he's standing on each side of the rib. That actually is helping out a lot. We're getting it put down here, you know. I don't know if we're doing it right or wrong because I'm not a metal roofer. So, you know, I wouldn't necessarily, you know, follow all the things that we're doing, but I'm just saying this is how we're doing it, you know. Well, just in case I didn't explain very well why I didn't put wood strips under this, it's because of this space right here. I only have about, I don't know, that's only like an inch and something. For my flashing to run up and hit the wall and turn up behind this piece. If I had put 3/4 wood strips on this thing, it would have been too tall. And I actually doubled every rafter, so there's actually a 4-inch wide wood rafter, in essence, under each double rib. So, you know, those are actually hitting solid wood. It's these single ones in between that are not. I'm gonna go underneath and see if I can think of any great ideas of ways to make those screws maybe hold a little better. I could think of a few things I like to do more than this. So, but it is what it is, you know, hey. If it was fun, everybody would do it, I guess. I don't know. So this is a pretty thin gauge of metal. I don't even know what it is. It might be 29, might be 26, not sure. At any rate, you can see some oil canning here in the flats, and that is just, you know, part of the nature of this kind of material. And when the sun comes out, it'll probably buckle up even more than this. But that's just kind of the way it is, so I'm good with it. And of course I have to make this piece that is actually tapered from one end to the other by a little bit against a brick wall with the turned up edge and the counter flash that's going to go into the brick saw kerf. Oh, this is quite a workout for the forearm right here. If you don't have tendonitis already, Arlo, I guarantee by the end of this cut you will. So this is going to make our flashings. We've got our bend marked, and We've got the cut line marked. Look at them go. This is like a little snip race here to the center, although the center's not marked. So when they meet, they both win. So I have to go home right now to bend the pieces into flashing pieces because I don't have a metal brake here on the job. And actually my metal brake is only 10'6", and this metal is, well, it's a little longer than that. So this is gonna be something fun to try, to bend metal that's longer than your brake. I think I can do it though. Just put one end in and then kind of, you know, shift it around or whatever. We'll give it a try. All right, we're upstairs in my shop. Here's one piece we just bent, and that is looking good. Now, this metal was longer than my brake, so we just let it hang out one end a little bit and then shifted it one way and then the other way, and then we just kept working back and forth, and it worked out pretty nice. So you can see right here, okay, I'm gonna flush this end up, and he's sticking out, oh, I don't know, 1.5 feet. Let me get on the line here, Arlo. That's it right there. Clamp her down. Bingo. All right, Arlo, he can go ahead and bend it. Yeah, good little tweak on it there. So we're just going partial bend and then stop and then shift it over here. All right, we're putting in our edge piece here. This one we custom bent to the right size. Lift that bottom up, just show them what we did there, Arlo. So this, we just took a piece of metal roofing and measured how wide the flat should be, and then bent our 90 on the edge of the wall there. So that's all there is to it. It's actually tapered. It's about a 1/2 inch wider at the top than at the bottom. So we just made to fit. Every now and then a plan works out. Oh, we've got a catch right there. So we've got our last piece under here that is sliding under the metal and sliding under our flashing. Look at it coming up there. Oh, wow. Amazing.
You may have to cut that corner on that, or it's got to go above that.
Okay, yeah, I will have to cut it. Oh, darn. Okay. All right, the last step to this piece of flashing here, this was a little bit of a bear to get tucked in there. So, you know, it's up and under this piece of aluminum. We had a little struggle. We're doing some Lexel here along that. The ridge is going to continue from there and actually, or the hip cap, and cover over this right there. But we're putting these last bit of screws in here, just screwing through that flashing through the rib. And I think this will be topped out here. Well, would you look at that? We got all of our edge pieces done, our ridge cap. This right here I didn't finish. I'm gonna put a rivet. I'm gonna rivet that together and then put Lexel on top of it. But it's all flashed in there behind it, so it's not gonna leak. Got it all screwed down. That's looking beautiful. This is quite a junction of all kinds of craziness going on right there. Flashing coming together, but it's working out. It's looking pretty good. Ray, what do you make of all this metal roofing business?
I mean, I'm glad we don't have to do this every day.
Me too. Do you like carpentry better, like woodworking?
Yeah.
I do too. I won't lie, this kind of ticked me off doing this metal roofing, because I got cut like 4 times. How many times you get cut?
At least a couple.
At least a couple. That's 2, right?
More than I want, though.
Yeah, one's more than I want.
Yeah.
But okay, we got the result that I wanted though, because you know, I'm really particular about everything I do, and I had some really particular plans in mind for this metal roofing, and so that's why we were basically stuck doing it ourselves to make sure that it came out and that we got the result that we wanted. So I'm happy. That's a good thing to put behind me right now, actually, and not have to think about it anymore.